Hi everyone, my name is Douglas Estanga and I have the honor of serving here at Chalice as International Operations Manager for Latin America. In my role, I oversee Chalice's operations in Bolivia, Chile, Guatemala, Paraguay, and Peru. I want to start by thanking you for joining us in this Lent journey and for praying with us for our brothers and sisters at our sites. I have the opportunity of being in contact with staff and families at our sites regularly, and it is really inspiring always to hear and see their commitment and dedication towards making their children, their families, and their communities better every day. However, there are struggles weighing heavy on them, and many of them struggle every day due to increasing cost of living. All the countries where we work have seen increases like this, with no sign of this getting better, unfortunately, and returning to pre-pandemic levels. Also, many of our countries experience complex safety issues, social and political instability at times, as well as impacts of climate change. During this Lent, I'm keeping all the countries where we work close to my heart through my prayers and invite you to pray for them with us here at Chalice. I pray for Bolivia and the social and political challenges they have experienced in the country over the last few years, and especially for an upcoming population census taking place in 2024, which has caused some anxiety and confrontation in the country. I pray for Paraguay and for all who were affected by the flooding of the Paraná River in Ayolas towards the end of 2023. Also, for some challenging medical emergencies faced by sponsor families in Paraguay, and which we have seen frequently in the form of medical need requests coming to Chalice. I join our Guatemala families and colleagues in prayers for peace, for safety, and justice as they continue to suffer through issues of violence and extortions of gangs in massive migration of Guatemalans usually from going from Guatemala to the US in search for safety. Also, many migrants from all of Latin America and sometimes beyond from other continents traveled through Guatemala after surviving the crossing of the Darien jungle in Panama. So I pray for all migrants today. I pray for Chile, and especially those affected by the fires in Valparaiso a few weeks ago, as well as for the whole country as they continue to find balance in different social issues and struggles, including the welcoming of massive migrations from other Latin American countries. I also pray for our friends in Peru as they experience social and political instability in the last few years, with frequent changes in government, as well as a constant arrival of Venezuelan migrants in recent years. I invite you to pray for all these intentions, as well as the ones posted on our World of Prayer page. And of course, you could do that, and I encourage you to do that by clicking on those prayers. But I also invite you to do that in your actions during this Lent. How amazing would it be if you encounter someone in your community from one of the countries where Chalice works, for instance, and just met them and maybe make a new friend? Or maybe just by picking up the phone and calling that person with whom you haven't had a close relationship with in recent years, but would like to do so. Or by perhaps, and this is my favorite one and perhaps the most powerful one, just by being kind to one another. As you have heard in my prayer intentions, there's just so much going on in our world and in Latin America, but we can control our own actions. So I invite you to do so, to be kind. Before saying goodbye to you today, I also wanted to share that our prayers and actions do make a difference. And I'm so fortunate to witness that every time I visit Chalice's sponsor sites overseas. I just returned from Paraguay, and it was so inspiring to see the pre-start of school year excitement of families and children in Paraguay. As in most of the countries in South America, the school year runs from February or March until November or December each year. So during this trip, pretty much every family I met, sponsor family, they mentioned and asked me to convey their biggest gratitude to you because with your support, their children will be buying school supplies or school uniforms and materials they need to be able to go back to school. So that right there is a powerful example of our prayers and actions working. There are thousands of children around the world, our sponsored children, and sometimes their siblings as well, who are in school, who have tremendous potential, who now have opportunities, and who are eager to make this world a better place. And we are all a part of that. So I thank you very much again for joining our World Prayer journey this Lent, and may God bless you.